morning everyone and welcome back to Big OGGIE World. This week we are doing one more slow cooker recipe. We've done a couple over the last couple of weeks and then next week we'll do something not slow cooker. But we just wanted to get like a little tiny playlist going of slow cooker recipes because A, they're usually cheap. They're definitely cheaper on electricity at the minute and who doesn't want to save on that? And they're something that you can just bung together, walk away, leave, and then come back to a fantastic meal later on in the day. Win, 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 I say. So we are using this book again, which is by Nathan Anthony. It's Board of Lunch, the Healthy Slow Cooker book. So these recipes, although they're delicious, they're also healthy. Who knew?
Who knew?
Who knew?
The book is available on our description below.
Yes. As you might have guessed, John is behind the camera, giving his orders, okay?
I'm director today. Director,
Right.
Producer, cameraman, editor.
Pain in arse.
Not quite presenter, you name it. I do it. Makeup.
Yeah, right. So this week we are doing a chicken curry, but this isn't like a fancy Indian type curry. No. Don't let it be said that Big OGGIE World is all about the posh things in life, because it certainly isn't. We are doing a bog standard chicken curry, the type that you'd get from the Chinese takeaway.
Yeah, we reckon we haven't tried this one ourselves yet, so we're doing it ourselves first time out.
Absolutely.
From the picture, it certainly looks like a kind of Chinese takeaway curry.
Yeah, basically the only thing it's got in it is chicken, onions and peas and an all lot of spices, obviously, because we're doing it from scratch. It's not like get a jar of this or something else. We're using all our different spices, so it should be delicious. We are using chicken thighs instead of chicken breasts because thighs are cheaper and I personally prefer the taste, although I won't be eating this curry because I've not been very well this week.
You've been bad for a week.
Yes,
Not
I have.
good.
So obviously this is supposed to be for 4 people. Now our children won't eat curry either, so it actually says that this is an ideal...
I eat curry.
Yeah, we can see you eat curry. And everything else.
And everything else, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I didn't get this size being fussy, love.
No, we worked that one out quite a while back now, John.
Absolutely.
Right. So it says that this is a perfect recipe for batch cooking on a weekend and reheating for lunches or something over the coming week. So it would be perfect with a jacket potato. Why not? As well as obviously your rice or flatbreads even would be brilliant. So it's as simple gets. We do need to use garlic and ginger, which is the basis of most curries, obviously. And I know I've said to you before that I don't use fresh garlic anymore because I find I waste too much of it. So we use this, which is a garlic puree. I think it's less than £1.
Yeah, it's cheap as chips.
Yeah, it's less than £1, but it lasts. So I know that every single bit of it is going to be used, which is a bargain. I think it's probably, an actual garlic pod thing.
Well,
bulb.
they're about the 70p to 150 depending on what you want.
Yeah.
But the problem is, like most people, you do a recipe maybe once a week, twice a week, you use a couple of cloves of garlic, you stick it in the fridge, you forget about it.
Yeah.
2 or 3 weeks later you come back, it's just a dried up lump of stuffing.
Or it's got
a green sprout in it, which actually means you
it.
could plant in the garden.
Yeah. I actually read that it's not unusual if it's got a sprout in it. You can use it as long as the sprout's not too big. If the sprout is too big, it then turns the garlic bitter.
Fair enough. We might try doing a few little wacky stick stuff in the garden, see where it grows.
Well,
be a video.
It'd be amazing if it grows here, because not a lot grows here.
Not a lot grows here. Right.
So yeah, that's the garlic puree, and also I do not use ginger, root ginger, because I don't know why, but round here we never seem to get any decent ginger. It always seems slightly wrinkly and not very good.
Back to that dry and husky lump again.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you do use fresh ginger, always try and find the fat lump.
Yeah.
And the Jane Oliver thing used to be would break the old bits off you didn't want and then weigh it, but that's a bit dodgy. You can't really get away with that all the time.
Well, so I use very lazy ginger paste, and this paste is 1 teaspoon per small thumb.
1 teaspoon
ginger.
per Kelly thumb.
Yeah. So again, perfect. Lasts in the fridge. No waste.
That's a good one.
Right. So let's get this recipe done. First things first, as always, with a slow cooker, if you're doing a slow cooker recipe, preheat your slow cooker. Doesn't matter how, I just whacked it on high, and you know, you don't need to set the temperature, or you don't need to set the timer at this point. You just need some heat to be going into your slow cooker. This recipe is literally an all-in job. So, we've got 6 chicken thighs because we're not using breasts. If you're using breasts, you would only need 4. This serves 4 people. So, in goes your chicken thighs. I've left the bone in, but you can use fillets if you like. But again, if you're buying fillets, it's an awful lot more expensive than just buying chicken thighs. And I've already taken the skin off. You know, it's not a big deal to take the skin off. So that's your chicken. In goes a chopped onion. Doesn't matter how roughly you chop it, it's going to be in there for a while, so in that one goes. Then go your spices. So this is all of our dried spices. We've used a mild curry powder because that's what we had, and also a mild chili powder because that's what we had. But you use whatever you like, however hot you like it. So in go the dried spices. John will put a link underneath with all of the amounts of recipe things that you need. And then in here we've got garlic, ginger, tomato puree, and half a teaspoon of Chinese 5 spice. So in they go. So make sure you got all your bits out, like that. And then on top of that, the liquid that we're going to use is a tin of reduced fat coconut milk. Now, you don't have to use the reduced fat if you don't want to. If you just got ordinary coconut milk, that would be absolutely fine. But this is the reduced fat one.
I guess it's because we're using a healthy cookbook.
Absolutely. But to be fair, we did do last week the ragu, the rich beef ragu.
Yes,
and would you have known that that was a healthy recipe?
It was lovely. I had it 2 days in a row, it was lovely.
You did, and you would never have known that that was a healthy recipe, would you?
Not at all. So,
now you need to give it a good stir, because obviously you want all your spices and pastes and everything to amalgamate. So give it all a good stir up. There we go. That's probably about right. Just going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. Round.
Have you named the slow cooker? You've named everything else?
This is Sally the slow cooker.
Sally the slow cooker.
She works blooming hard, this girl. There we go. Oh, I just found a pocket of tomato puree paste. There we go. Lid on.
Now, before you go any further, there is another item sitting in front of you. That doesn't go in yet, I guess.
No, these are peas, and it says in the book that you can use a tin of garden peas.
Yeah, those kind of ones that look a bit grey when you boil
them. Yeah. Who wants to use garden peas out of a tin? I mean, you can use it if you happen to have them. Use them. What the recipe says, let me just check, is that you don't put, if you're using tin peas, you literally add them for the last 5 minutes of cooking, because all you want to do is warm them through because they're already cooked. We are using frozen peas, so this is now going to go on high for 4 hours. I am going to add my peas for the last half an hour.
Yeah, because they are still pretty much
They're pretty much
done.
cooked, but because they're frozen, I mean, they won't be frozen by the time they go in, but yeah, so I'm going to give them sort of 25-30 minutes at the end of the cooking. So we're going to put this on high for 4 hours. There's nothing else you need to do to it. You can just forget about it. Come back half an hour before the end to add your frozen peas Or if you're using tin peas, literally lasts 5-10 minutes, that's it.
Before we carry on, you don't use frozen peas. You're a posh girl, aren't you?
I don't use garden peas.
You don't use garden peas, you use petit pois.
I like petit pois.
Because they're little.
Well, they are little and they are sweeter.
Okay.
I just find that garden peas sometimes are a bit tougher.
Okay, that's fine.
So we always have petit pois.
We just like to add in little bits of our own personal life into these videos.
Alright, just because I'm
You're
got a bit of a thing about peas. So, as I said now, this needs to go over on the side, out of the way, 4 hours on high, and your curry will be smelling delicious by then. I'll give it a stir probably 2 hours in and then leave it for the another hour and a half, bung my peas in.
That's because she just had to have a look at it, she can't help herself.
No, it's awful.
Yeah.
So that, my friends, is a classic chicken curry, just like you would get from the Chinese with peas, because you always get peas at the Chinese.
You do?
There you go. We'll come back later and show you it maybe with some rice on a plate at the end as a picture.
We could do that as a picture.
Right.
Do you want to do the ending now while we're here, or do you want to do that
me to do the end? No, we'll come back when it's cooked. I'll show them like when I'm putting my peas in.
See, the problem with being a director and a producer and whatever is I try to direct and then you get star whatever women, don't you? Divas. Divas tell you what they ought to do.
Diva.
Yeah.
Right. Right. 4 hours on high, ladies and gents, and we'll see you in a while. Bye for now. Okay, so I put the peas in about 20 minutes ago and the curry is now done, as you can see. Bubbling away nicely, it smells amazing. Meat is falling off the bones. I do love a slow cooker. John?
Yes, sir.
Will you taste a little bit for me just to check the seasoning?
I could try, but I am hand holding right now.
Yeah, I know, but I daren't taste it myself because the one thing the doctor told me not to take was spicy stuff.
Okay.
I blow it for you a bit.
Yes, please. Please blow my curry, love. Stop. There's going to be something rude in please blow my curry, I'm sure there is.
Try it.
Thank you.
It's still a bit hot.
That's nice.
Alright for seasoning?
Yeah, very good.
Perfect.
Happy with that. Just got a little warmth at the end. Very nice. Yeah, lovely.
Okay. So our slow cooker now, once it's finished, goes on to a 2-hour warm cycle, so it will just keep it nice and warm. And that's it really. So, if you haven't subscribed yet, as I say all the time, please do. It really, really helps us a massive amount if you do subscribe. And if you can get somebody else to subscribe, you're an extra special friend and you get a big thumbs up from us. So please do try and do that. Please hit your notification bell so that you know when we're doing stuff. We do stuff regularly now, you're all sort of in the cycle with it, but just in case we do a random, because I can be random.
Yeah, we're going to throw some random ones in as well.
I can do random. And you'll know when that is. And above all, come back and see us again soon.
So we're going to take a picture of the finished article on in a bowl with some rice just for the thumbnail.
I'll cook some rice for John later and I'll serve it up in a bowl and we will take a picture of that, which will go here at the end.
Bye everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye.